Club, VRC. They'll see 'em come and go. VRC, the Virtual Racers Club. VRC, to the checkered flag. VRC, the Virtual Racers Club. VRC. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are here for the VW Golf Cup Season 2, Round 2 at the BB Raceway. BB, come here. It's time to go racing. And yes, so let's get all the admin out the way. What is the VW Golf Cup, I hear you ask? Indeed. The VW Golf Cup is a one-make series using the VW Golf Mark 1 GTI with some tuning available. Using the full tune, racing for 8 rounds. Each round will consist of a 7-minute qualifying followed by 3 15-minute sprint races on racing medium tyres. Races 2 and 3 will be reverse grid order to the previous race results. Skyjacker's in the house saying, ooh, you wonderful man. Good morning. Well, hello, Skyjacker, and good morning. So, let's have a look, a little looky at the table from last round. If you have kept up to date with the VW Golf Cup Season 2, you will know that from round 1, Skyjacker got the special certificate, the well done certificate. He got all 3 wins, and it's a huge task to tick that box. So a very special well done to Skyjacker on his treble A, his 3-win streak. Now, can he bring that streak into round 2? Let's have a look at the table briefly. Well, I'll look at the table. You'll just listen to me looking at the table. Interesting. Very good. That was the sounds of me looking at the table. Now, the grid. Now, I'll read it out to you. You'll just have to keep up.
Is hanging pride and place on the wall.
Skyjack says the certificate is hanging pride and place on the wall. Very good, very good. So, after Skyjacker's blinding round from the first round, he is sitting aloft the top of the table in first place on 52 points. That's 11 points ahead of his next rival, which is Guesty in second place on 41 points. Third is Ensenua, only on 40 points. That's only a point behind Signore Guesty, and I know something you don't know. Fourth place, Miyumi with 38 points. Fifth place is Homesick Alien on 36 points. Bazza is sixth with 35 points. Very tight, isn't it? We're talking just single digits away from each other. And in seventh is Jokus on 34 points. Silverstar is 8th on 29 points. And Electric 9th, unable to attend round 1. So it's a tight table so far, although Skyjacker is head and shoulders above the rest of the field. Then we shall look at the grid. Remember, 7 minutes of heavy qualifying took place, and this is how the grid lines up. Are you ready? Have you braced yourself? On pole is it's Big Dan. Big Dan, for the first time this season, sitting on the front row, and he must have had a blinder at this somewhat... Is it an oval? It's got too many corners for an oval, so we'll just call it a raceway. But Big Dan gets pole. In second spot is the Bazza, everyone's favourite Belgium. Great drive from Bazza. Third for Skyjacker. I think he probably timed that one just because of his 3 wins from last round. He decided to put it third on the grid as he is keeping it all in the 3s. But Skyjacker, a huge threat, sitting third. Fourth on the grid is Car 77. That's Homesick Alien. And he'll be looking for a better outing than the last round. I don't think it was his top performance. Then in 5th place, we have car 56, Silver Star, looking to gain some points and get off the bottom rung of that championship ladder. And then we have Madalinsky sitting in, was that 7th? How many? I lost count, as I always do. That's the grid, ladies and gents. Strap your helmet on. We're going racing in a second. Medium tyres, remember, nice and slippy. The lights are on, they're off, they're off. So Big Dan looks like it's a good start there, and Skyjacker looking to get a move done on the Bazinator. Early doors, Skyjacker with that under, but someone coming from a mile behind. Whom is this? Silver Star jumps himself up into 3rd place from virtually the back, but Homesick Alien fighting back now for that 3rd, and Skyjacker slipping down the field. But there's 15 minutes to go on a short track. It's like an endurance race. Big Dan, though, he is absolutely flying. He's not taking any chances. He wants to pull away, and we've seen someone scraping the wall. It must be a Jokus. Oh, I called him Madalinsky. Sorry, Jokus. I thought it was Madalinsky. I don't think all Polish people look the same, honestly. Big Dan then leads with Bazza in 2nd. Homesick Aliens now in 3rd. Skyjacker making the moves, and Silver Star slips down into 5th place. And he's got a bit of breathing room, but Joker's not that far behind, but carrying a little damage. But it'll shake off. It'll shake off. And Big Dan still premiering in the front. Absolutely loving it. He's usually right up the bumper of someone. He's always in someone's chuff. But today, he is absolutely soaring like an eagle here at the BB Raceway. What a drive, with Bazza chasing him down, but unable to get an attachment to the back of that Rich Energy Golf GTI. Skyjacker in 3rd. Podium will do, I guess, but he's been enjoying the wins of late. Homesick Alien in with a shout as well, but he looks like he's slipping back in towards Silver Star deviating from the track, and this is what the view is from Silver Star, sitting in 5th. He's being caught by Jokus, and he's having a look at the Alien with a little bit of braking down to 4th, a little nudge with the barrier just to say hello. It's acceptable here, and then back on that accelerator, building up, getting that Golf up into 5th gear. He's got one. Super stuff, floors it straight through the very mild chicane as he still chases down Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien having a dip off of the oval, a little oversteer maybe there for the Alien, and that is giving Silver Star a great big gain on him and a toe to the first corner, but Homesick Alien has it covered. A little nudge with the wall, and that's really slowed Homesick Alien's progression down, and the Silver Star then moves up and into 4th place. Thank you very much, Alien. Skyjacker then still 3rd. He's done a 33.0. Bazza's closing in. Bazza's got the fastest lap. Big Dan's in trouble. Big Dan is in big trouble when Bazza's got the nut between his teeth. He bites hard, and there he goes now. Oh, he's giving Big Dan a little bump draft. Do we think Bazza's feeling overly confident here? And he's using Big Dan there to try and pull away from Skyjacker. So Bazza being very, very deviant. It's allowed. It's not the way I thought his mind works. Remember a couple of seasons ago, this was the man pulling over, letting people by because he felt bad for them, that they were behind him. And he's now got the killer instinct. Look at him go. He's baying for blood. And Skyjacker has a ringside seat. Oh, and Big Dan's knocked the wall. Big Dan's knocked the wall. And that gives Bazza every invitation he's ever needed. He's come to Christmas. He's come to New Year. He's come to Ramadan. I don't know. But he's come to all of them. And Skyjacker now, he is zeroing in on his fellow. Big Dan struggling after the wall knock, and he's given Skyjacker the position, and Big Dan slips back in from pole to 3rd, and the heartbreak is real. I can hear Elvis. So Big Dan singing the Heartbreak Blues, down in third place, and Skyjacker looks for another gold trophy. But no, Big Dan closing in. Big Dan's faster down the straights. The toe really does play a great part in it, or has he just got his wheels towed out to the max to give him the straightest line speed as possible? He loses a bit on Skyjacker there, so yeah, down to the setups. It looks like Skyjacker's got a better handling car in the corners, but Big Dan is absolutely a rocket jet down those straights. What's going on further down the field then? We've got Silverstar just off of the podium shout with Homesick Alien chasing him down. It really does seem like if you bite the wall bites you here at the BB Raceway. Bazza not giving away a single second. He's not pulling away from Skyjacker, and we have a trio, a menage a trois at the top, with Bazza, Skyjacker and Big Dan all cozying up to each other and feeling rather comfortable in their skins, I am sure. Who's going to be the first in the jacuzzi? So the Bazza then leads this race, but Skyjacker closing in, and so is Big Dan. From Big Dan's view, this is what we see. We're sitting in a 1981 Golf. I never remember the year. And it looks like he's given Skyjacker a little bump there. He's trying to help things along. He wants to get all up and in the Bazza's business. We're only 6 minutes of racing in so far, and it's been non-stop. I told you it'll feel like an endurance race. We've done 11 laps already, and Skyjacker pulls alongside the Baz. Big Dan says, is there room for a little one in the middle? And I tell you, that menage a trois, it was a joke, but it is starting to become this way. I've not seen this much swinging since my mother-in-law's party. Oh, sorry, Homesick Alien. Baz would be in hot tub first, says Skyjack. I forgot Homesick Alien's mum watches. It was just a joke because it's the whole mother-in-law thing. Since me cousin's party, I don't know, something inappropriate because it involved Mama Homesick. Bazza then there in first with Skyjacker in second, Big Dan in third, and he's close. But Silverstar, look at Silverstar, where's he come from? Oh, he's had a bit of damage. I thought he's had a little knock with the barrier there. And oh, Homesick is loving that Barry. He keeps going and meeting it, and Jokus now closes in on the Alien, and the Alien just lost at sea with the Golfs at the moment. He is not tuned into his car yet. Hello? Go there. Wake up. So Joker's then up and into fifth place, and the wall is the big story. If you bite the wall, oh, Skyjacker's in the lead. Skyjacker's in the lead. We've missed tons, it seems. You look away for 2 seconds. So Baz is the man ahead at the moment with Skyjacker and Big Dan right in his... we saw that bit. So I saw Silverstar closing in, but he got some damage. So here we go. It was just then. See, Skyjacker pulled the trigger. At that moment, I cut away, and now it's Skyjacker leading, and Big Dan to rub salt into that wound comes through as well, and it's Bazza left all alone at the back. And that's usually the story with threesomes. There's always someone who feels left out. So Skyjacker then leads, and he's taking Big Dan along with him. These two buddying up, toe buddies, and Bazza being left out in the cold. He's got to hope they make a mistake ahead, because if they use each other to pull away, then the Baz is going to be out in the cold. 7.5 minutes into this race, only half away, so we're nowhere near the end yet, and Skyjacker looking for race win number 4. What's that? I'm learning. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. He's looking for a race quattro. Big Dan chasing him down with the Baz in third, and Silverstar fourth, with Joker's fifth, still holding ground against Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien, ooh, sees Joker's take a chunk of barrier, and he says, yeah, I know how that feels, and we know how this goes, my friend. I'll see you later. And the next time I give the barrier a knock, you can come through as well. That's the game we're playing. Sweet stuff there. Homesick sliding through that corner like he means it. Ah, that cameraman loves that corner, doesn't he? Lingers a little bit. Is there a girl in the crowd I've missed? Big Dan then has slipped back to the Baz, and the Baz is back in the party. They found room for him. They found a little space for the Baz to join this trio. And at the moment, they're trying to make the Eiffel Tower, is it? You do? High five? Either side? It's called the Eiffel Tower. I'm sure it is. So Skyjacker leads this with Big Dan. Oh my gosh, it's so tight. That's what she said. And then Big Dan's at a chunk of wall, and Barry goes through. He says, cheers, bud. Cheers, bud. Easy one. Easy one, Baz says. Easy one. So Skyjacker then leads, looking for race win number 4 of 4 this season. And we've seen Matt Psycho give it a good go, but he failed. Can Skyjacker do what Matt Psycho could not do? Well, Bazza, though, has things to say about this. He led for the early parts of he's led for some parts. Big Dan led for most of the early part, didn't he? And Homesick into the pits for no reason whatsoever. He's had enough. I think it looks like Homesick is conceding. His car is broken. It's broken. It's broken, he says over the radio, and pulls into the pits as a Skyjacker under immense pressure from the Baz. And now these two have split off. This is a very strange party that I've been invited to. And now the Baz is pairing off with Big Dan, and I just cannot keep up with the shenanigans that goes on in this private little trio at the top. And Silverstar is just hanging around outside the room, isn't he? He's just watching from the door. Oh yeah. He says, what's this then? What's on the crack here? Oh, Big Dan and Baz back together. Homesick is out. He must have just needed to pit to I don't know, turn the dial or something. Interesting. So Skyjacker then, and the Baz and Big Dan still battling it out. We've still got 4 minutes. We've still got like 8 laps to go. Told you, it's like the endurance race of golfs, this one. But these guys are sure not racing like it's endurance racing. They're going at it hammer and tong. And Silverstar still hanging around outside the room, having a look. Hello, what's going on here then? And it's Skyjacker slipping. Big Dan, no, Skyjacker back again. Big Dan, Baz has had a bit of Barry R, and Big Dan is ready to give himself a little bit of that medicine. How do you like that medicine? And Skyjacker saying Homesick had wheel issues. Oh yeah, what, the really expensive fancy wheel? It's funny how you get a lot of Fanatec people moan about, or not moan about it, obviously, because they love their wheel. Oh, you don't know the feeling. It's hard to explain. It doesn't make me any faster. It just feels real. But yeah, they have a habit of turning off or resetting, don't they, in races, a lot more than Logitechs do, that don't feel real by any means. But I've got imagination. I can pretend. So Skyjacker then, I'm not jealous of Fanatec wheel users, that's all. That's not bitterness that you heard there. Oh, Silverstar's through from Big Dan. Silverstar's got moved on. Sorry, Silverstar, I didn't pay you homage then. And Skyjacker having a little giggle to my Fanatec views. As Big Dan goes for a move on Silverstar. He got it, but he didn't get it. And now he's at a slide. But he loves a slide, so I'm sure he enjoyed that. And Silverstar into a podium position. Silverstar finding suddenly some great pace out there, and Baz is all up. He's all up in Skyjacker's business. He really wants to ruin Skyjacker's Quattro day. El Quattro. And we have got, coming up to 13 minutes of this race, and Baz is going for the move. He's going for the kill. I'm going it for the kill. Doing it for the free. Oh, and Baz meets barrier, and Skyjacker meets first. And that's the story so far. And Skyjacker leads with Bazza in second, Silverstar on a podium at the moment, and Big Dan is floundering from pole down to fourth. It's not something we like to talk about. Joker's there, but I think he's a lap ahead of Homesick Alien, as Homesick Alien tries to deal with software-hardware problems. And Skyjacker looking for a race 4. Pay attention to the fastest lap, I am told. So Baz has got it with a 32.5. He got it near enough the last lap but one, and we are now A minute and a half left of racing. Skyjacker pushing on, and Baz is right there pushing with him, and Silverstar all there. Yeah, we'll stare at this corner for half an hour, cameraman. Why not? It's fun. Homesick Alien now, his wheels getting better. It's getting better all the time. And Skyjacker leads from the Bazinator. The Baz is up for this one. He wants to win. Remember, he goes by the moniker of many things, but the one he loves the most is the Barry Oval Twins, and it is coming true as Bazza gets the move done. Silverstar's just grabbed fastest lap. Silverstar's annihilated it by what, a second was it? What was it? No, 32.5. But Silverstar on the hunt. He's come alive. We've got 30 seconds left as they cross the line. This could be the final lap. This could be the final lap. Barry's gone too deep in the corner. He's hit the barrier. Skyjacker's through. Silverstar's chasing. Silverstar can nearly taste the champagne. It's almost wet in his mouth as Big Dan is fourth. Joker's fifth. Homesick Alien is sixth. But Skyjacker's leading, and it's Silverstar. Silverstar is relentless come the end of this race. He is absolutely piling on the pressure like a cooker of pressure, and they do cross the line. I said I wasn't sure, but Big Dan finishes in fourth. Disappointment for Big Dan there. Joker's some way away yet to get across the line. What's the fight up in front? Bazza's ahead. Oh no, smoke. Sorry. I need a sip of drink because Bazza, oh no, Bazza stuck his nose in. Doesn't look like Silverstar realised he was there. Tried closing the door a little too late, and he's found himself down in third as the Baz chasers, and Skyjacker slam dunks number 4 of 4 straight out of the stratosphere. Thank you very much. Victory lane, here I come. Beautiful stuff from Skyjacker. Bazza a great second. And Silverstar, you may not feel it, but that was a great drive, my friend. Take your bloody helmet off, sort your hair out, and take a boo, my son. Well done. Great drive. So the grid will now, and it was Big Dan in fourth, Joker's fifth, Homesick getting sixth. The grid will now then reverse, so that will be Homesick Alien sitting on pole, and if he's actually sorted his software issues out, then he should be able to run and hide. We will see, though. This is race 2. I always have a nagging doubt just after I've pressed buttons. Yes, race 2. I saw it.
First podium and F/L. Fantastic drive.
Okay, give me some. I've got to do some housework here. And here we go then. Homesick on pole. Joker's in second. Big Dan third. Silverstar fourth. Bazza in fifth. Skyjacker on win number 4. And Silverstar's first podium and fastest lap. Fantastic drive, says Skyjacker. It was. Jokers gets the jump on Homesick. Sorry, I'm going back. I was reading comments. I knew I shouldn't have done. So it's a rolling start. Homesick Alien struggling, Fanatec issues, and Jokers, it was like instantly across the line, so I'm not sure what happened there, but Jokers getting a great start with his controller. Homesick in second, slipping back into the field. There's Big Dan and Silverstar already. We saw their pace in the first race. Silverstar getting himself his first podium, and Big Dan getting that pole position. Skyjacker getting win number 4. Total dominance of this championship so far. And the Baz there, we know he's not going to be hanging around at the back too long. Homesick Alien goes for the lead again against Jokers, and he pins it on him and takes away the lead from Jokers there. Jokers down into second. He's got Silverstar having a sniff, and Jokers, a late move to close that door there, but luckily Silverstar wasn't quite in, and it slowed Jokers down no end. But Silverstar spinning off on Jokers. Oh my god, there's contact between Jokers and Silverstar, and my word, Bazza, I said he wasn't staying at the back too long. He's up and into second place. He's got past Skyjacker and Big Dan. Unbelievable stuff, and now we have 2 races going on here. As Jokers then, he hasn't conceded, so he must believe he was in the right, and Silver Star is in 6th. So Homesick Alien takes fastest lap so far on that second lap, but it seems like everyone was either avoiding or being in trouble. And Homesick just had a nice clean lap there. Bazza then in 2nd. What a drive. Skyjacker. We know all of these guys have got the pace. Anyone could take the win. Well, possibly not Jokers or Silver Star from those positions, but it's a long race. We're not even 2 minutes in yet. Homesick Alien getting pressured, getting queened by the Baz. Oh, that was Bowie, wasn't it? What did Queen do that was about pressure? Was it Bowie and Queen? Under pressure. Din, 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 din. Din, 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 din. I'm sure Freddie Mercury was like warbling in that song at some point. And there's the Baz giving Homesick a little nudge. Under pressure. It must have been Bowie and Queen, because I'm sure Bowie did it as well. I don't know. But whatever it is, Baz is doing it to Homesick. Where's Pat when you need him? He'd know. He'd tell me. He'd tell me what year it was at number 1. He'd tell me all sorts of statistics. So Homesick Alien leads with the Baz in 2nd. Sky. I didn't look at Baz's rims, did I? See if he's changed them since last week. Let's have a look. I reckon he has, you know. I think they're different rims. Go on, Baz. You're a bloody legend. At the end of this race, if I remember, I'm going to have a look. But they're looking good, Baz. And you're looking great in the lead there. Homesick Alien in 2nd. Homesick Alien in trouble here with Skyjacker and Big Dan coming along to bully him. And it was short-lived. Homesick Alien down in 4th, struggling in the fine speed around here at the BB Raceway in his Golf. Silver Star, we know he's got pace, but he's somewhat behind the gang after his little coming together with Jokers, and Jokers now behind Silver Star. So I don't know if the Jokers has had more issues, or if it's just I don't know, who knows. I haven't seen. Baz is driving like he means it, isn't he? He's got a real can-do attitude, and he's gonna win this one and break Skyjacker's streak. But Skyjacker is still there, and we're only 4 minutes into this race. It's a 15-minute race, don't forget. So there's plenty to race for still, and those walls have been a big issue. But I have noticed they've stayed away from the walls a lot more in this race. They've been a lot more conscious of those walls and tried staying out of them. Skyjacker then cannot shake Big Dan away, and Big Dan giving him a little bump there, I think. As Bazza, he's just absolutely pelting. 32.6, still not as fast as the first race, but Skyjacker and Big Dan could break it with this bump draft buddy system they've got going on. Homesick Alien just sitting and watching, but he's driving well now. He's going into the 32s. He had a 34.6. Maybe he had a bit of a wall issue. Silver Star then cracking on, 33.0 last time from him. He's got no one to race. He's just doing time trials at the moment, as is Jokers. Jokers with more damage there on his car, and he's slinging it in. Jokers is just absolutely, he's going into the pits. Everyone's having all sorts of technical issues. I've never seen so many pit stops in a sprint race session. The Golfs really do take some driving, and there's Skyjacker and Big Dan. They're still at it. They're temperamental old cars. You gotta think they've got to go in the pits now and then. Their head gaskets probably blow it every other mile. Not a Golf. They're solid. They're bulletproof. Remember. So Skyjacker then. These cars still probably built better than today's cars, in all fairness. Homesick Alien. I saw Big Dan have a clash with the wall, and that will give Homesick Alien great pleasure and an opportunity to close in. Skyjacker in 2nd with the Baz out there, absolutely trouncing them. I'm sure I saw him flicking the V's off to him round one of those corners. He was going round one-handed, hand over the back of the seat, and he was definitely showing them the V sign. So Bazza destroying all that come ahead of him and reminding us all why he is Barry Oval Twins. And Big Dan is under pressure. Homesick Alien is definitely adding to the pressure cooker for Big Dan now. He's trying to chase down the Skyjacker, but Homesick Alien just posting fastest lap of the race, and it looks like he's fixed his posh wheel, and we're back to racing now. Oh, this coffee's love. I've had too many though. Because the stream's late, and I ended up making one with my style, and then making another one. So, whoa, head spins on caffeine and a Red Bull. Oh my lord, what a beautiful sight from Homesick Alien's car there, with all three cars just in touching distance. And Skyjacker, they're closing back in on the Baz, as the Baz had a problem. 33.0, but he seems to be going slower. The gap's definitely smaller than it was, and I'm concerned for the Bazinator at the moment out there in the lead. 33.0 is still good lap times, but these guys are in the 32s, and look how quickly they catch up, and Baz has hit the wall hard. Did he get away with it? He hasn't got any damage, but it doesn't help. It does not help, and Skyjacker, Homesick Alien and Big Dan all there like a clan of lions. I don't think they hunt together. Hyenas waiting, or vultures. Vultures circling the poor dying little sheep that hasn't drank through most of the winter because the water is frozen. Oh, Big Dan again on the barrier, and that is all the vultures need, and that's Skyjacker through. One. Homesick Alien, the next vulture in line to pick at the carcass of poor old Baz. That cameraman really loves that chicane. It isn't all that, mate. Trust me. I've stared at it a lot this race with no cars in it. If there isn't a car in it, it isn't that interesting. So Homesick Alien then goes for a move on the Baz. He's not quite made it up the inside. We've seen very big tragedies happen, but that was professionally handled by both drivers. Beautiful driving, respect given, space given, and Bazza still in second. Homesick Alien in third, and now, and as it does usually happen when you try and go on the attack, if it doesn't pay off, you find you are end up being the attackee. Silverstar having his lonely race. Probably still buzzing from the podium though, let's face it. And Jokus having another nightmare. Skyjacker leads this race. Oh no, I don't know if I know 5 in Spanish. Come on, Baz, because I don't know 5. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, Sanks? No. Sex, 6, I think. Sanks? I don't know, it sounds German. I learnt German at school. I know 5 in German. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fünf. He's going for fünf. I'm changing from Spanish to German just because I know the 5 in German. But Bazza's paying that one. Bazza's and Homesick's in there as well. Homesick's decided to start his championship on lap 19, race 2, round 2, and he's going in for the kill. It's 4 of them, all 4 of them, all boxed together. My good golly gosh. My word, it looks like the M25 out there. So much traffic with Bazza catching Jokus. Could Jokus play a part in this race? Homesick Alien dribbles down back to third. Big Dan didn't quite get the move done. He had his nose there, but had to back out of it. And Skyjacker then under threat from Homesick Alien. He's going for a dive up the inside. He's got it. He licked it. He sent it. Boom! Special delivery. Homesick Alien up into second place. But my good golly gosh, we've still got 4 minutes of racing, and there's still plenty of changes to be made for the order. Skyjacker then back on the attack with the Alien. He gives him a little bump there. They're trying to catch up the Baz Nater with Big Dan trying to get involved as well. A lot of war hitting at the moment. Silver Star still a mile away from the action, and Joker's being, he's let him past, I think. So Bazza leads, but Homesick Alien wants it. He wants it, he needs it. He hasn't had a win. This will be his 5th race. Oh, 3 wide coming round the corner, and I won't want to be Baz, because he's got to go the longest way and loses ground to Skyjacker, who is going for Zetz or Foof. Or 5 in a row. Knuckle sandwich. So Skyjacker then leads from Baz, who is getting mugged off by the alien, but he's holding his own. He's standing his ground against the alien. The alien just can't quite get something in there. And Big Dan gets to view it all. Let's sit on with Big Dan, see what he's looking at. Lush, innit, eh? What a sight. Driving through the sparks of the Gulf bodywork up against the Japanese oval concrete. Smell of rubber hanging in the air. Big Dan closing in. So Skyjacker back in the lead. I missed that, sorry. Skyjacker back in the lead of Bazza, with Homesick in 3rd spot. No, I did see Skyjacker go back in the lead, because I started going on about 5 again, didn't I? So Big Dan trying to avoid the wall. The wall has taken many a spot today. Silver Star still trekking on, doing some good lap times. Jokers as well. He can't quite get it into the 32s, can he? Like these guys have got. Skyjacker still leads with the Baz in 2nd, but Homesick Alien's ready to rob him up the inside, but not quite down the straight, because Baz is getting a lovely toe off Skyjacker. Homesick slips in for the toe before Big Dan steals it, and oh no, Skyjacker into the barrier. Bazza off to the side. Or was that the cause? Or just Bazza trying to get out of the way of Skyjacker, who was going way too fast around the corner, but Baz looks like he is giving the spot. Maybe Baz does feel, no, Baz is holding it. This is the way I know if people are guilty for causing a crash, but no, looks like Baz has not yielded. So Big Dan and Homesick Alien battle it out for 1st and 2nd, and they've got a little gap as we go into the last minute. The last minute of racing, and now Bazza's in the wall, giving Skyjacker the opportunity to get back through and onto a podium position. This is crazy racing. Homesick Alien leads them. We saw him in race 1. Software problems in the pits, trying to fix things. Big Dan out there. He was pole sitter, but slipped off of the podium in the 1st race. Now he's there in 2nd with a chance to win against Homesick Alien. Skyjacker clinging on to the podium against the Baz, who has proven to be very fast today, and I was sure was going to pick up a win. I know we've still got another race to go, but I'm not sure he's going to pick up a win in this one. 15 seconds to go on the clock. Homesick Alien, I think he's going to be the first across the line. Possibly not. That clock seems so slow when they're darting around the corner. 57 is tight. The clock's gone, and it's, no, he got across the line. It's Skyjacker Tickaboo in 3rd, steals one from the Baz. Silver Star then brings it around. Someone else is finishing. Jokers comes across in 6th. Silver Star grabs himself 5th place, and Homesick Alien, he's got a bit of a march on Big Dan. It'd have to be something spectacular from Big Dan on this very final lap to be able to take this win away from the alien, and it's Homesick Alien that shatters Skyjacker's dreams as he takes the checkered flag in 1st. Oh, well done, my buddy, my big friend. So Homesick Alien winning in race number 5, and gets his name on the ledger. Big Dan in 2nd place. Big points for the Rich Energy Golf team, and he'll be grinning from ear to ear. That was a spectacular race. Unbelievable stuff. Skyjacker off the streak, but still on the podium. So good points for Skyjacker. The Baz robbed today. He was robbed. The win was there. It was all his. Skyjacker hit a wall in front of him and ruined everything. So the Baz comes home in fourth. Silver Star and Jokus had some sort of commotion early doors and have both ended up trailing the field. Silver Star in fifth. Jokus in sixth. So, shall we continue for the third race? Jokus and Silver Star will be on the front grid of that bad boy. Yes, please. Yum, yum. Race 3 of round 2 coming up then. A playlist would be nice. If you could just do a playlist of something. So when you're in the middle of this, it's just the next thing you've chosen up. But small things, fix other things first. Ooh, it's looking murky. Don't look in the top corner. I forgot. It tells you the results. I should be shifted in that. Let me get this all sorted out for you. So, Jokus, Rolling Star on pole. We know he can get off the line. He beat Homesick Alien in the second race. And there he goes. Silver Star chasing him down. The Baz in third with Skyjacker fourth. Big Dan fifth. And Homesick Alien, the winner from the last race, starting at the back. And Jokus, he's just got to stay off the walls and stay fast. We haven't seen him, though, touching the 32s yet. Oh, a little oversteer into that corner. But we haven't seen Jokus managing to knock off a 32 in the lap times. And the rest of the field, they all seem to have had that tune just slightly tweaked so that they can do it better. Jokus has gone out wide there. We can't see because the cameraman is having a holiday. And Silver Star then takes the lead, but the Baz, who was robbed last race, let's not forget, not taking anything away from the Alien, but Baz had his name all over that one. And, Skyjacker giving him a little bump to help him along the way. Jokus in a second with Silver Star leading the race. Big Dan still fifth, with Homesick Alien in sixth. 15 minutes of racing here at BB Raceway, the final race of the round, and it's Silver Star leading from Baz, Skyjacker, Big Dan, Jokus and Homesick. So Big Dan getting a move done on Jokus and Skyjacker possibly. Baz are up, and then Baz is under threat now. Oh, I thought we had a big red car going the wrong way there, but no, it's just Jokus was a little offline. Silver Star absolutely chugging on. Look at him. He's the little train that can. Choo choo. Baz are in second, getting pushed along by Skyjacker. These two have got a plan, including using toes and pushings to catch up Silver Star. Big Dan trying to get on the end of that train as Skyjacker having a little look at Big Baz, wondering if it's time. Big Dan then catching, and Homesick Alien trying to come along for the ride. Jokus does slip to the back, and he really can't keep out of the barriers. And his tune just not right for the day. And it looks like he's suffering from oversteer, understeer, and all the steers. Silver Star leads by a mile ahead of the Baz, who is in a train with Skyjacker and Big Dan. Homesick Alien just a little off of that train so far, trying to catch it up. And we saw fun and frolics in the last two races from all of these guys, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride of emotion, so brace yourselves for the final race of this round. And this championship is going to be easily won by Skyjacker. Look at him, he can't stay off the podium. And Baz has gone for the move. They've caught Silver Star up. All the bump drafting in the world has done the job, and Bazza goes into the lead, but he hits the wall. He gets in the way of Skyjacker. It's a reverse of race 2, and Silver Star glides on by, and he saluted him. Can you tell the gall of the man? And from Bazza's two-finger salutes, Silver Star just give him a good old British touch of the cap as he flew on by, and the Baz, Skyjacker tasting that medicine. But Homesick managed to get past Big Dan in all the melees, so someone gained. But Big Dan catching, and they're all catching on Skyjacker. Has he got damage? No. Look at this train. Choo choo. Bazza is the front. Train's too cool, isn't it? I should say this conga line. Come and do the conga. We come and do the conga. Da-da-da-da. Woo. Da-da-da-da. Ah. Do we come and join my conga? Come and join. That's what Baz is singing right now. Silverstar, though, absolutely loving it. He's at a podium. He tasted a bit of that champers, hasn't he? He likes the silverware. He's got to put a cupboard up. He may as well add to it while he's here. So the Baz are in second. Skyjacker in third. Homesick Alien is in this battle, but we're on board with the Biggest of Danath as he chaseth down the Alien. And I don't know. I get a feeling that it's dark, but you wouldn't tell, would you? It's lovely. I'm pretty sure they're racing under floodlights. No, it's not dark. Don't worry. Belay that one too. So Big Dan closing in on the Alien, but just not enough to get through, and him and the Alien will be hoping that white car and that green car hit the wall again, so they can just get by, because there's just no opportunity here unless a mistake is made. The cars are all finely tuned and are very, very close to each other's lap times, so it's down to the wall to intercede in these races. And at the moment, Silverstar looks like he's losing a bit of pace on the Baz Jacker. Have they virtually merged into one car, pushing each other along, and Skyjacker going for a move on Baz, but Baz is still there side by side. This is action, and this is good for Silverstar because they're not pushing each other along now, and Skyjacker now ahead of the Baz, and it's Baz's turn to push. Skyjacker says, it's your turn to be behind. They're sharing it. They're sharing it out. Look at this locomotive. Do the locomotive with me. You gotta move your hips now. Come on. Jump up. Jump back. I haven't heard that song from the 80s, and that's as bad as I think that one bad. Big Dan had a knock with the wall and has lost the locomotive as Skyjacker is chasing down Silverstar to get back on that winning streak. Homesick Alien in third, the Baz in fourth, and the Baz deserves a win today. He has absolutely driven like a boss, a Belgian boss. He has owned the track today, but Skyjacker, he's nimble with that Golf, quick on his feet. But so far the story is Silverstar making zero mistakes. He lost position, they effed up, they mucked up, and he cruised on by and has stayed in the lead ever since. But we're only 6-7 minutes into this race. Skyjacker taking a big chunk of wall there, giving Bazza the opportunity to ring the bell, and he comes on through. Skyjacker, we've lost Jokers. We lost Jokers somewhere along the way. I don't know if he started this race. He did, he was on pole, but we've lost Jokers. His little Golf just gave up, and Homesick Alien then all over the back of Skyjacker, and Big Dan is playing catch up. Silverstar at the moment, heart in mouth. I am sure Schwinkter absolutely taut with every squeeze of the button, and every corner, every slide must feel like an absolute gigantic off, and he's trying his best to stay in that mental capacity to stay in the lead of this race, as he has such legends chasing him down as the Baz, the Sky, Homesick, and Big Dan. What a challenging time. But Silverstar at the moment staying on top of things. And I mean, I remember when he was a little grasshopper and Binko took him into the woods, taught him the ways of the wheel. Hiya! He would say, my little Padawan, you must grip the wheel, not too tightly. Your cornering must be smooth. Your input to the accelerator and the brake, they must be precise. Go ahead, Grasshopper. I will release you into the wild racing, where you shall go and win races. And Silverstar at the moment is doing just that. Bazza in second with Skyjacker, Big Dan and Homesick Alien making a race of it. Bazza's dropped off. Bazza must have had a knock. He hasn't got any damage. He's got no damage. Maybe he was bored. Just let him by so he could have another go at overtaking them all. Maybe Baz is just enjoying all the overtaking. So Bazza falls right off of the pace on this lap. And that allows Skyjacker up and into second place with Homesick in third, right on his knuckle. And Big Dan having a look as well. Let's on board with Big Dan. You can get real intimate with Homesick Alien's car here. And Silver Star flying off into the distance. And Skyjacker, I think I've missed something. No such thing as too much coffee. You're right. More Jack, the better. So Big Dan's got past Homesick, and I was reading the comments. Those pesky comments. I don't know if Homesick must have hit a wall because he got su mucho damage at the front there, and Bazza is right on his tail. Silver Star, meanwhile, has built himself up a lovely gap. Lovely, huge, whopping, great big, if I hit a wall it won't matter gap between himself and Skyjacker and his mentor El Binko. Watches on with pride. Although it sounds like the relationship is about as toxic as Max Verstappen's and Jos Verstappen's. So maybe it's not. He's not so kind and taking him into the woods. He probably just thrashes him within an inch of his life until he learns to race better. Skyjacker then in second with Big Dan in third, Homesick Alien down in fourth, and the Baz in fifth. The status quo has not changed for a while now, and we need Big Dan to pull this move off so we can celebrate yet again another overtake in the Gulf Cup. But Big Dan hesitant. He doesn't want to pull the trigger too early. He's got to wait for the white lap flag. He doesn't want to show his cards too early, his hand. So he's sitting behind Skyjacker, just biding his time, waiting for his moment, or he's pushing like Billy-O and he just can't get past the blinding speed of the monster machine. But Homesick Alien is there, and I thought there was a Big Dan off race line then. I thought he was heading towards the wall, and I think he had to lift a little bit. I think he may have been, and that's given Homesick Alien the opportunity to apply for third place. And Homesick Alien gets the job. Super stuff. Well done. Shake of the hand. And Bazza gets fourth as well. So Big Dan relegated down into fifth. I think he had to do a big lift, or a wall was going to hit him. Silver Star still leading this race, doing an absolute blinding job. I wonder if he's missing racing behind him. Skyjacker in second again, yet to be offered the podium in the Gulf Cup. Homesick Aliens Championship, remember, started on lap 19 in the last race, and he's still there on a podium. Bazza, who has been robbed all weekend in every single one of these races. He should have had a triple win out of this round, but everyone ruined it for him, and Big Dan's in the mix. Big Dan, having a look around the outside, but that gap was always going to close, and Big Dan was shoving his nose in where it needn't ought to be, and Skyjacker now under immense pressure from the Alien. Homesick Alien wants second place, and Bazza, he wants a podium at least out of this. Did he get one in the first race? I don't remember. So Silver Star, tremendous action going on out there, doing beautiful stuff. He's even backed off a little bit. He doesn't even need to do 32s. Slipped it into the 33s. Taking it easy, isn't he? And I'll tell you who's not taking it easy. These four. Because they can't. They're pushing like a mad. Skyjacker in second with Homesick Alien in third. Bazza in fourth. Big Dan in fifth place. Problem is right now, Skyjacker's got the fastest lap, and Silver Star is going to have to pick up that pace, or Binko will thrash you. Doesn't matter if you've won. Homesick goes up into second. Skyjacker's his grip on that second place, his monopoly on second place, slipping away from him. But Homesick, he's hit the wall. Skyjacker's had to move out of the way. Homesick manages to stay in second, but he's got damage. Big Dan hasn't, and that makes a big difference around here. And Big Dan then just drives. No, he doesn't easily drive around the Alien. He had to make a meal of it. Do you want a knife and fork, Big Dan, for that one? And Homesick backing right off, maybe feeling that he's impeded Skyjacker, or did he just back off because his car's busted? Big Dan then in second. Bazza finally on the podium, but he's on the wrong end of it. Silver Star, absolute sweet as a nut as he goes around. 1 minute left, and Silver Star will be hearing all sorts of shady noises coming out of that car. He'll even think suddenly that GT7 has a damage engine and his engine's damaged. Could you imagine? Big Dan then in second, Bazza in third. This fight's not done. 30 seconds on the clock. Oh my word, that's another lap for us. And Big Dan, Bazza closing big on Big Dan in the braking zone. And it looked like something of it. Homesick and Skyjacker cracking on with their battle as well. Silver Star all on his own, but he's at the right end this time. And Big Dan's gone wide. Bazza's there, but Big Dan's managed to keep it on. 2 wheels on the track. Big Dan and Bazza having a look. Silver Star then crosses the line, and it's this lot they're going to finish first. It's Big Dan in second. Bazza stops, you dip. And let's Homesick Alien have the podium. Take a boo, my son. Skyjacker in fourth. What are you doing, Baz? And Silver Star then. Glorious drive. And if Binko's not proud of you, bruv, I am. Great drive for him to bring it over the line. Numero uno. He's only just got his first podium in the Virtual Racers Club, and in the same round, smack bang wallop, he gets a win. The floodgates are opened. Cracking stuff from Silver Star, and a great win. Commanding win. Brilliant stuff. Big Dan in second, 4 all the way, and Homesick Alien. Take a boo, my son. Gifted podium. I don't know what Baz's issue was, but Skyjacker gains fourth, and that's hurt everyone in the championship. Baz, well done. You're right. I was wrong. You didn't deserve a win today because you bloody. So thank you indeed for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club for another absolutely astounding, spanking, super Volkswagen Golf Cup Season 2. Look forward to round 3. I'll tell you where it is, if just to whet your appetite. It's going to be at Tsukuba. And that's an interesting track. So we are going to have some tears and some joy in the next round. And I think it is going to be the next round. No, I think we've got a live race. It depends on when I do the replay. Okay, I'm not making no promises. But it's the next race up on the schedule. I'm up to date, bros. I am. This is me. I've got nothing in the locker. Waiting. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Justin Hermouth. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, guys. And if you ever want to be notified when I'm on, you gotta touch the bell. And all that cheesy crap that YouTubers say. It makes me sick. I don't know what makes me more sick. I don't know if it's the bloody adverts you have to sit through at the beginning of a YouTube video. Thank God we're not popular, just so we don't have to make you sit through those god-awful 5-second videos of bloody someone trying to flog something that you don't want. Or even YouTube asking you to take a survey. Like, come on. I want to watch bloody Frozen. Do you want to build a snowman video? Not bloody insurance adverts. And, okay. Have a good day. I love you too. And, yeah. I don't know what I dislike more, the adverts or the hit like and subscribe. We're cheesy. It's like our lifeblood. If you don't like our video, we can't exist. They'll wither away. But seriously, if you don't like my videos, I'm going to wither away. Motion detected at the front door. I always find it hard to say goodbye, so I'm just going to say goodbye. That's it, guys. Go away. Go do something important. Do something for world peace. Go and add a bit of world peace to the world. Help an old lady across the road, or an old man. Let's not pick a side. Or if you see someone struggling with their shopping, sometimes you can help. Just say, "Do you want help with that?" You don't. They'll say no because they're going to think you're stealing your shopping, because that's the state of play of today. But you could at least offer. It's still something, and you're guaranteed they're going to say no. Go away from me. Don't rob me. But you know, you can feel good about offering. Peace and love. Peace and love.